Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another DVD slash Blu-ray, in this case, slash Collectibles update. I think I did my last update a couple months ago, so this is what I've accumulated, I think, through January and February. I've been kind of procrastinating on doing this update for the last couple weeks because I just kept getting busy. I kept, just one thing led to another. I was going to do this 2 nights ago. I sat down to do it. Something came up, and then that's just what happens. But without further ado, this is going to be a really, really long update, so I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to get into the collectibles that I picked up, and I got to say, this is probably the most collectibles I've ever picked up in one video before. Yeah, I usually don't buy a lot of these, but I just got some really good deals, and I found some cool ones, so I said, fuck it, let's do this, man. Let's get into these pops. Yeah! Alright. First up here, I could not pass these up because these things look so damn cool, and I do collect a lot of these characters. Whenever I see collectibles of them, I pick them up. But got the Freddy Krueger, the 8-bit one right there. I am going to be taking all these out of these boxes soon. I'm going to keep the boxes, for future references. But yeah, I'm working on this display right now, and I'm out of room, so I got to take everything out. But yeah, I got the Freddy one right there. I also picked up the Jason Voorhees one, of course. I think there's a couple different variations of these, to be honest. So, yeah. But yeah, I really like these, man. They look super cool. Next up here, I picked up the Pennywise, the boat one. Yeah, I have the original one too, but this is really cool. I actually like the look of the new Pennywise. More than the voice. I picked up Slimer. Had to grab Slimer. This one was really cheap. I got it for like $6, I think, or something. I don't know why it was so cheap, but so I grabbed that one. Oh, I also grabbed another one of these 3D or these 8-bit ones. Got a Xenomorph, an Alien. Yeah, man, this one's really heavy. It's really cool. Sorry if it's glary, but yeah. So grab that one. Also grabbed Ash from Army of Darkness. Yes, needed an Ash one, so that's pretty cool. Finally got around to grabbing the Reagan one. This one has been sitting in my cart forever. Finally grabbed it. Actually really like that one. And I also grabbed the Carrie one. I think the Carrie one's badass, man. Covered in blood. Fucking looks very cool, man. Look at that shit. It's awesome. And also picked up the Hannibal Lecter. Sounds of the Lambs, of course. This is another one that I've had sitting in my cart forever and I just never picked up. But I thought, why not try to knock off all these off the list. Picked up the Jack from The Shining. This is the limited chase edition, I guess. I didn't pick up the other two. I'm thinking about it. I might not, though. I just kind of want the ones. I'm only grabbing the ones that I really want. So, and last up for the bigger pops is the Norman Bates Psycho one, which is another one I fucking love. I love that one. It's great. And then I picked up a couple of these secret mini ones. Now, that's kind of the fun of it. You don't know what you're getting. And I think there's like, I don't know, a dozen different ones or something like that. And there was 5 that I really wanted of these. And by chance, I actually got 3 of the 5 that I really wanted. The other 2 being Jason and Freddy, which are like, the hardest ones to get. They have the odds on the boxes and stuff. So I picked up a couple of these mystery minis. Grabbed the Jack one. You guys can see that. The Jack. I love this one, man. It's fucking awesome. That was one of the ones that I really wanted. I couldn't believe I actually got it. Next up here, we got Alec Baldwin from Beetlejuice. One of my favorite characters. Like, I was just... this is the first one that I got, and I was like, wow, that's one of the ones I really wanted. I couldn't believe it. One of my favorite looking characters. And, of course, we got Charz. I was just freaking out when I got 3 of the 5 that I actually wanted my first 3. So I think my luck's probably ran out, so I probably won't grab anymore, because I'll probably end up start to get doubles and shit, so... But that's the way it goes with those, man. It's just strictly by chance. So, but anyways, that is the collectibles portion of the update here. Let's get into the DVDs. Yeah. All right, man. So I picked up a fair amount of DVDs here. I had a few sent over from my boy Danny. If you didn't watch that unboxing, I'm going to put them in here because they're sitting in the stack anyways. So fuck it. I'm going to show them off again. But I did pick up actually quite a few this month on my own. First up here, we got Cannibal Hookers. From 1987, this is a Donald Farmer shot on video film that I've actually never seen before, and I was waiting for this to come out on DVD forever. I didn't even know it was actually coming out, and then my homeboy Steve from Shock Extremes 1 let me know that it was coming out, and I was like, fuck, finally. Love me some old Donald Farmer shot on video stuff, so I can't wait to finally check this out. It's going to be awesome. Probably most famous for Demon Queen. Everybody knows Demon Queen. Very, very famous shot on video film, but Cannibal Hookers, can't wait to dig into that. Another Donald Farmer film that I didn't even know how to release. I was fucking around on the SRS website the other day, and I came across this, and I was like, wow, that has a release. So that's really cool. And that is Vampire Cop from 1990. Yeah, I didn't know this had a release, so love the artwork. The artwork's fantastic on this, man. Actually, SRS is putting out some pretty cool titles. You know, they mostly put out these low budget, really like no budget films, but they do good artwork. And I gotta say, they're not like a Wild Eye where they put out pretty cool artwork and the films completely are shit. I like these films. But Vampire Cop. Next up here, also from SRS, we got She Kills. Now, if you know the storyline in this film, you're laughing with me right now because this movie is utterly ridiculous. I just got this copy in, but I have seen this movie before. 2 words. If you guys follow me on Letterboxd, I just do 2-word reviews because I'm too lazy to type. But fire crotch. That's all I'll say on that one. This movie's awesome. She Kills. Good stuff. Next up here is one that I am really stoked to check out, man. I'm a big fan of documentaries, and this is a pretty cool one, man. Of course, only SRS could release this one because that's what they specialize in, no-budget filmmaking. Documentary called Penny Pinchers, and it is the kings of no-budget horror. And, of course, it has people featured in here like Tim Ritter, you know, Lloyd Kaufman, you know, Christopher Seaver's even in here. I know Donald Farmer, Todd Sheets. Did I say Todd Sheets? No. Phil Herman, Johnny Dickey. Of course, he's very, very young still. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I can't wait to check this out, man. You know, and that artwork again, awesome. Full Moon goodness here from 1990. I actually had to go into my collection because I couldn't remember if I had this one. It doesn't happen very often, considering I have like 10,000 movies. It's not very often I forget if I have something or not, but I couldn't remember, and sure enough, I didn't have this one, and I got it for like $4 brand new. And that's Shadow Zone. I've seen this movie before, way back on VHS, but I didn't have it. It's from 1990 also, which, yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, Shadow Zone, 1990. Good stuff. Now, these next 2 I seen in my homeboy Danny's update recently. One of these films I actually had in my cart, and the other one I didn't. So he said it was pretty cool, and I had to grab this one. Daniel Harris film called Inoperable. He said it was, you know, well, obviously by the name, it's hospital horror. But you know, with Daniel Harris and stuff, and he said it was pretty cool. So, you know, it piqued my interest enough to pick it up. It was super cheap, and hospital horror with Daniel Harris, kind of a no-brainer, really. I mean, I'm doing it. Inoperable. And this one I actually had in my cart, and I wasn't sure if it was complete ass or if it was worth grabbing, but he said he really enjoyed it, so it's such a generic title, man. It just, Ghost House. I don't know how many movies with this title I actually own. Ghost House, even the artwork's not really the greatest, but he said it's pretty cool, so I'm going to give it a shot, so Danny, if it sucks, coming after you. Yeah, next up here is one I absolutely loved. I love this movie, Dead Shack. This is brand new, 2018 horror. Comedy horror, and it's fucking good. I'm not really going to talk too much about it, but it's funny as hell. Just put it that way. It's a pretty much a fucking. I'm not going to give it away, but this had some funny ass jokes in it, man. That's all I'm going to say. Good shit. Love the setting. The characters were fun as hell, man. Really good shit. Next up here is one that was recommended to me by my homeboy Mikey Fisher. And in fact, everybody went out and bought this one after. It's a film I've seen around many, many times. Amazon, I've seen it in the wild. Never picked it up because it just looks so bad. It looks so bad. Then he told me it's more or less road horror. It does have a pretty big twist in it and shit like that, but pretty fucking cool, man. And that's Monster Man. I actually reviewed this on the recent podcast, the Irish horror one. So if you want to check that out, you can. If not, that's cool too. But yeah, Monster Man. I had a blast with this. It's literally a huge monster truck chasing down these 2 guys. It's pretty fucking awesome, man. For a low-budget film, I was quite impressed. It had all practical effects, which shocked me because this movie's from 2003, and that was around the era where a lot of low-budget filmmakers were resorting to that because it was cheaper to do. But they went the practical effects route. They even built a huge monster truck for this, which is really damn cool. And it looked badass, sounded badass. Yeah, cool. Monster Man. I recommend that one. It was really cool. Next up here, this is one that I had in my... I wanted to check out last year, and I never got around to checking it out. And it's too bad because I enjoyed the hell out of this one. This is a Polish film, kind of like a possession demon type film. It's called Demon. Just simply titled Demon. This was really cool, man. I really enjoyed this one. It had an interesting storyline to it. About this guy that's getting married, and he ultimately ends up getting possessed somehow in the film. And it's kind of like that journey. It's pretty interesting. I had a lot of fun with this, man. It's very, very atmospheric, very well shot. I'm assuming very well acted. Again, I can never tell if films are acted if they're in different languages because it's all about pronounced. I don't know. It's just weird. You guys know what I'm talking about. But it seems like it is. And yeah, Demon, check it out, man. From last year, I thought that one was really awesome. Next up here is another kind of trailer compilation type history of horror. And it's called 100 Years of Horror, hosted by Christopher Lee. This is put out by fucking Mill Creek, of course, and whatever, there is a code there. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but there's 3 discs in here. Of course, in typical... Mill Creek fashion, they stack on each other. I got to get a 3-disc case to replace that because I hate that shit. But this, I started watching. I actually fell asleep. It's super long. It's like 10 or 11 hours long or something. Yeah, it's 11 hours. So you're getting your money's worth. This is really cheap on Amazon.com. I think you can get this thing for like under 10. But if you're into this type of stuff, give it a shot. Can't really go wrong. Chris really doesn't seem like he's 100% interested in this. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I grabbed this one because we are going to be doing a Stepfather franchise show coming up on the podcast, so I grabbed this one. I never owned this one. I saw this movie when it first came out, and I hated it. So I never picked it up. And then, of course, there's a Stepfather remake. I could have got the Blu-ray, but I was like, no, I don't want the Blu-ray in my collection because I hated this movie. So, I mean, Stepfather 1 and 2, I absolutely love those movies. This was a dreadful remake. But, $5 for the DVD, whatever. I gotta rewatch it anyway, so... Next up here is, actually the next few are going to be the ones that my homeboy Danny sent over my way. First up here, Munchies. Such a fun little creature feature, man. It's goofy. It's like PG fun. Lots of really great shout-outs to Gremlins. My favorite thing about this movie is, I talked about this in my last Top 10 Tuesday video, but is how the dude drives a Gremlin. the type of car. I love that, man. It's pretty awesome. But Munchies, good shit, man. A lot of fun with that. Picked up Animals. Didn't pick up. Danny sent over Animal Soup. This is a very, very low budget TCM ripoff, basically, is what it is. And it's got a lot of screaming in it. And it's really fucking nasty. Really, really gross. There's there's a lot of bodily functions in this one, just put it that way. Pee and poop and other functions too, I might add. Yeah, this one kind of has it all. It's I will say it's a little bit annoying. There's a lot of screaming in this film. Like a lot of screaming, but it only runs just over 60 minutes. So, but Animal Soup, I think you can get this one from the website. Yeah, Animal Soup. Next up, which this one right here, I just still can't even believe that Danny actually sent over to me because this one goes for ridiculous money. It was a sealed copy, so I'm just... Thank you again, Danny, for watching this. But The Untold Story, me and the homeboy Godzilla, the guy that I do marathons with, he came over one night. He's a huge Asian film fan, as I am also, and we checked this one out. And just, this movie is batshit insane. Like, the third act in this movie is so fucking crazy. It's insane. Like, there's no strings pulled here. Like, it's just, it's nuts. It's absolutely insane. Anthony Wong plays the best insane person ever. I mean, if you've seen Ebola Syndrome before, he's kind of the same character in this film. And the storylines are very similar also, to be honest. But, yeah, The Untold Story, this is insane. Everybody needs to see this. It's just batshit fucking insane. Next up here is Strip Club King. Now, I read on the back, it's the true story of Joe Redner, I think. I don't really know much about it, but it is a documentary. I had really no idea what it was when I unboxed this, but that's cool if it's a documentary. It sounds like his life was pretty insane from reading the back, but got to check that one out still. He also sent over Saturday the 14th Strikes Back, which I still need to give a rewatch. He also sent over Saturday the 14th. I was going to say Friday the 13th again, fuck. which is very, very cool. He sent me over a burnt copy of Melancholy Durango, which, yeah, I still need to check out. I'm actually probably going to do a review on that, so. And some German splatter in The Haunting of Rebecca Verlaine. Olaf Ittenbach. Goodness. Still need to check this one out, but. So, yeah. And then a couple just, like, cheap pawn shop pickups that I found that I needed for the collection, because I try to collect everything that Stephen King adaptations and stuff, and this is one I didn't own in the collection. I've seen before though, and that's Desperation. I actually don't really care for this movie that much, but I do want to give it a rewatch. The thing is with this movie is that it's really long. 131 minutes, so, and it's not really the greatest adaptation. In fact, Mick Garris has done a few adaptations that aren't the greatest, unfortunately, but I do want to revisit this one, so that's why I grabbed it. I mean, $2. I have all the rec films, but I didn't own the remake, Quarantine. Seen it before. Again, I didn't really care for it that much, but it has been years. I don't know when this even came out, 2009, so that's when I would have saw it when it first came out. So I'm going to give Quarantine another shot. This one I've been eyeing up forever, and I picked it up from my buddy's shop, and that's The Hive. I love Killer Bee films for some odd reason. I know this is like heavily CG'd, kind of sci-fi bullshit, but yeah, man, The Hive. It's Killer Bee shit. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I have enough Killer Bee films to actually make a top 10 now. I don't know. That wasn't the intent, but I just thought of that. The Hive. Didn't have this one either. And that is, the remake of The Ring Part 2. I have all the other ones. I do. But didn't have this one. I did, again, this one was okay. I think I saw this in the cinema. I'm pretty sure I did, actually. Yeah, I remember checking this film out and being like, the best thing about that film was looking at Naomi Watts, but I can't remember it, so yeah. Another sequel here in Firestarter 2. Malcolm McDowell's in this film, Dennis Hopper. What the fuck? Dennis Hopper's on record saying that TCM 2 is the worst movie he's ever appeared in. Did he forget that he had done this film? I'm not 100% sure with that, but Firestarter 2 rekindled it, it's got to be titled Rekindled. I haven't seen this forever. I don't even remember it. Can't comment on it. I picked up a couple random original Anchor Bay titles, which just add to the collection. This one I've never seen before. I've heard it's pretty shitty, but $2 sealed. I was like, whatever. Are You Being Served? It's not even a horror film, but yeah. So grab that one. Another edition of Heathers, this is the THX edition. I don't know how many editions of Heathers I need. They're actually doing a Heathers TV series, which I can't believe that they're doing. I mean, I can believe it. I mean, that's kind of the thing, is to adapt, films into TV series these days. It kind of seems to be a fad. So Heathers is being made into a TV series. Go figure. And then we also picked up the classic Tapeheads with John Cusack and Tim Robbins. This is a fun film. I like this one. Original Anchor Bay. Again, $2. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. So. And that is going to do it for the DVDs. And I actually ripped through, wow, I'm under 20 minutes here. That's not too bad. So we're going to get into the Blu-ray portion next here. And there's lots, a fair amount of Blu-rays, and then there's a non-horror Blu-ray section too. So stick around for that. Yeah. Oh yeah, Blue Rizzle to the Dizzle time. That was stupid. Yeah, man, I got a fair amount of fucking Blu-rays here again. I really got to start doing these updates monthly again. Schedule just doesn't allow, but let's not get into that bullshit. First up here from, Scorpion released, I believe Doppelganger did the transfers for these. I think that's how it works, or something like that. But yeah, anyways, I don't know. Argento's Opera, so I had to upgrade this. Man, I was really impressed with the transfer on this. This looks beautiful. This is the best Opera's ever looked, man. The colors really pop in this film. Very typical Argento. It's got the reds and the greens and all that type of cinematic color schemes that he usually fucks with and stuff. But this is amazing. Sounds great. Looks great. I had a lot of fun rewatching Opera, man. It had been a while since I've checked it out. This is one that I don't watch a whole lot. And the simple reason is because I can't stand opera music. Like, I'm a huge music freak. I can't stand opera though, man. There's something about it that just grits on me. And there's a couple scenes in this film where there's a lot of opera. and it always strays me away from it. But I really do like this film. I think it's one of Argento's last great films, like great films. But yeah, opera, good stuff. Next up here, I had to pick this up. This is one I had never saw until last night when I finally checked it out. And I always wanted to check this one out. And I bought a vampire motorcycle. This is Blu-ray from the UK. Now, it does say on the back that it's Region B. That is not true. This is 100% region free. Because I popped it into my region free player and it just played right away. So I didn't change the settings. But anyways, another film from 1990, which is very strange. It's like the third or fourth one. Obviously a comedy, basically about this motorcycle that gets possessed from this dude that gets killed at this satanic cult. And so this guy ends up buying this motorbike. He's all into motorcycles, and the funny thing about this bike is that it won't start during the day. It'll only run at night, and it only runs on blood. Man, some of the scenes in this film when it like turns into a slasher basically. This bike like going after people and decapitating them, and oh shit, man! Like it's a very low budget film, but it looks great though for what it is, and they did a great job with the motorcycle effects and shit. It's so funny. I had such great laughs with this film, man. Yeah, I highly recommend this. It was funny as hell, and it was cheap too. I got that on Amazon CA for like $10 for the Blu-ray, so that's crazy. Next up here from VCI, yeah, this is VCI that released this. Ruby. You know, this movie's okay, man. It's kind of in the realm of like a Carrie type deal. I will say the transfer on this is okay. A lot of people are saying it was like terrible. It's really not the greatest, but then again, it is VCI. Like, I don't know what you expect from VCI. It's not going to be, it's not going to be Synapse type quality. But I don't mind this film, man. Piper Laurie does a good job in this film. Supernatural type, I don't know, revenge type thing. It's okay. I like Ruby. It's fun. Next up here from Umbrella, finally got to see Fair Game. This is one that I'd seen on the Australian, the exploitation, or documentaries and stuff, and I always wanted to check this one out. It's fun. This is a fun film, man. There's a great scene in this where this chick actually gets strapped to the front of this truck, and they're just ripping around the lands, but they're strapped to the front of it. It's fantastic. I mean, it's really her doing that. That's old school filmmaking. It's very dangerous, potentially very dangerous. Like, it's just crazy to see, but I had fun. Fair Game's a good film. Good shit. Transfer's awesome with that too. I got this in the post yesterday. I was very excited to finally get this and check it out. I was going to watch it last night, but I ended up watching the vampire motorcycle film instead. But that is Unearthed and Untold, The Path to Pet Cemetery, the definitive documentary. Looks like it has lots of great features on here and stuff too, which is pretty cool. So I'm a big fan of Pet Cemetery, so I'm curious to hear the whole making of it. I know there's a lot of little quirky tidbits and shit I'm sure they have in here that I know, but I'm sure there's lots of stuff I don't know. So looking forward to checking that out. And it's done by Synapse, so it's going to be fantastic. Blu-ray that Danny sent over, and that's Orcs. Yes, I'm pronouncing it right this time. When I was originally unboxing this, I didn't see the point here, and I thought it was an L. I don't know. Let's just move on from that. That's just probably one of the most retarded moments I've ever had on this on my YouTube channel. But yeah, still need to check that one out. That one looks pretty cool. Upgraded the Devonsville Terror. Yeah, man. I actually really enjoy this film. I haven't really heard much about the transfer, so if anyone knows if the transfer is any good on this one, let me know. Yeah, this is probably my favorite Yuri Lamel film. I know he did The Boogeyman, and he also did the Boogeyman original trilogy, which sequels are just atrocious. Company of Wolves and stuff. Or not Company of Wolves. New Company of Wolves. The other one. But yeah, this is by far my favorite film. So I had to upgrade this. I had like the double feature of On the Anchor Bay with the Boogeyman and stuff. So, but yeah, no. Looking forward to checking that one out again. The Perfume and the Lady in Black from 88 Films. This was the last of the entire Italian collection I needed until the 3 new ones just came out. And the reason why it was the last one for me to pick up, because I already have this on Blu-ray and DVD. So, yeah, I'm an Italian whore, so I had to re-pick this up. I love this movie. This is a fantastic film. If you've never seen it before, it's amazing. Gotta check it out if you've never seen it. It's awesome. Also from 88 Films here, we got Happy Hell Night. I went with the 88 version over the Code Red. It was just much, much cheaper. And I'm glad I did, because upon rewatching this film, it confirmed my suspicions. I am not a fan of this movie. I find this movie to be insanely boring. It has a lot of... It doesn't have unlikable characters. It has boring characters. Nobody is interesting in this movie. And the storyline is... It's bland until it gets all explained by the father. And it's just like... Oh, man. This movie is just so bland to me. I know there's people that really like this movie out there, but I think it's insanely overrated. I think it's a very ambitious film for the time it was made. I believe it was made 92 or something, or 91 or 92. I can't remember. It doesn't actually have the years on here. It's early 90s. And I respect that. It's actually a pretty well-made film. It's just the story and the execution of the characters are super fucking boring. Yeah, Happy Hell Night. Yeah. On the other hand, we got Mountaintop Motel Massacre, which I picked up from the 88 slasher line also. I'm not collecting this whole line. I just grabbed the ones that I want. But this is such a fun movie. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid and ridiculous, but I love it. It's so fun. Pretty cool slasher film from 86, man. You know, I've never seen it. Give it a shot. It's fun. Another upgrade, of course, for me. Yeah, that's for the 88 stuff here. I got a few Vinegar Syndrome titles and then some Code Red. So first up here, we grabbed... This came in the monthly package. Otherwise, I never would have ordered this, but that's Mary Mary. It's a adult film, which I try to avoid getting the Vinegar Syndrome adult films. But unfortunately, this one actually ended up coming with the other. So, you know, I mean, not unfortunately. I mean, maybe I'll check it out. I just don't watch porn, you know, on Blu-ray. I don't know. It's weird to me, but you know what? I'm going to check these out, man, because I've heard some of these transfers are just ridiculous. But anyways, picked up Fugitive Girl. Still haven't even opened this one. This film looks awesome. We got some 70s exploitation stuff here. Looks awesome. But yeah. But I really wanted Lucifer's Woman. This has a fantastic slipcover right here. Now, this is a really cool release, actually. Now, Lucifer's Woman actually comes with a bonus cut of the film. So we got Lucifer's Woman here. And then if you open it up, it's got two discs here. One's called Dr. Dracula and the other one's Lucifer's Woman. Dr. Dracula, I believe, is just a DVD. But it is like an alternate cut of the film. It even has reverse cover art for the film. So if you want to display either or, you can. But that's a nice little feature, man. Having a bonus cut with, you know, on its own disc and everything. So still need to check this one out, unfortunately. We're preparing for the 76 show. So, but Lucifer's Woman, that looks cool. Next up here, I grabbed Penitentiary 1 and, of course, Penitentiary 2. These are fun. These are really, really fun films. I'd never seen either one of these. And I'm glad that I grabbed these because they're good, man. This one right here, Penitentiary 2, actually has Mr. T in it, which is fantastic. It's also got Ernie Hudson. And Ernie, I never realized how fucking huge Ernie Hudson was until I saw him in this film. I mean, this predates Ghostbusters by like 2 years. And, you know, he's big in Ghostbusters, but, you know, when he's showcasing his muscles and shit, holy fuck. He's a beast, man. Fucking beast. But yeah, that alternate cover art right there. Basically about a guy, you know, it's kind of both storylines. Well, the first one, who gets wrongly imprisoned for a murder that he didn't commit, and then he's forced to become a boxer in jail and kind of works his way out like that. Pretty cool, pretty basic stuff. And then Penitentiary 2 is more or less the same. He ends up going back to, he doesn't go back to jail, but he goes back to jail to fight. Pretty cool. I enjoyed this. Really good blaxploitation right there. Next up here is Norman J. Warren's Prey, which I have not opened up this copy yet. I've seen this film. I've actually reviewed it on this channel. It was on channel. Yeah, it was on this channel. And it's... I don't know if the Blu-ray is going to change my mind about this one, but it's a crazy boring film. But I like Norman J. Warren films. And plus, Vinegar Syndrome really just... I swear they make bad movies better with their transfers. I mean, some people out there know what I'm talking about. When you've seen a Vinegar Syndrome transfer of a film that you may necessarily not have cared for that much, and then you rewatch it on a Vinegar Syndrome transfer, you're just like, the fuck? It's amazing. I don't know what it is, but they kill it. So, Norman J. Warren, man, I love... You know, some of his films I really adore. Satan's Slave is probably my favorite film by him. He's mostly famous for probably Inseminoid, but... Code Red titles, House on the Edge of the Park and Last House on Massacre Street. Of course, I got this double feature for Last House on Massacre Street because I already have the Code Red Blu-ray of House on the Edge of the Park. I wish they hadn't have done that. I wish they had to put a different film on these double features because they already have a legit Blu-ray of that. So Last House on Massacre Street sounded pretty gritty. I'm not sure how the transfer is going to be on these. I imagine it's going to be shit on this. So, but yeah, that was really, really uber cheap. Fucking grabbed Panic. Oh my lord, man. Oh, David Warbeck in Panic. This movie is really, really bad. It's just all over the place. The storyline is all over the place. It's pretty shitty on all levels. Kind of entertaining, though, I will admit. But yeah, it was worth the pickup, man. Why not? Panic. Kind of cool. Picked up They Call Me Bruce. I haven't seen this movie since the 80s. I swear, man. But I remember loving this movie. You know, when I picked this up, I got this off Amazon. I didn't even know it was released by Code Red. I had no idea. Got it home and I was like, what the fuck? Like, Code Red released They Call Me Bruce. It just seems like a Scorpion title, but yeah, if you've seen that one before, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty funny. Next up here is Cry of a Prostitute, Henry Silva. I enjoyed this film, man. This was really good, actually. You know what I think I just realized? I don't think I ever uploaded my review on Letterboxd. That's interesting. But yeah, this was really good. I actually really enjoyed this film. Henry Silva does a great job in this one. Pretty cool crime film. I liked it. And Schoolgirls in Chains. Now, this movie, the title is a little bit misleading. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's... Yeah, because the abducted girls in this film are not really schoolgirls. They're more adults. So it's a little bit misleading in itself. It sounds like it's kind of going to be like a torture porn type film. But what we get here is a couple of brothers that are abducting these girls for the one brother to basically play with because he's kind of slow. And I have to say, man, for a video nasty, as a film that made it on the Section 3 list, this is actually probably legitimately a good film. Like one of the better films on the list. It's acted well. I think the guy that plays the slow brother, he does a really good job in this film. And I was very impressed with this. I mean, this just makes it look so damn sleazy. I think the alternate title for this actually is Abducted, which probably, I think I've even heard on the Video Nasties where they even said if it was called Abducted, who knows, it probably wouldn't have made the list. Who knows, we probably would have never done a release of it either. I don't know. But yeah, Schoolgirls in Chains. I recommend that film. It was really good. So that's it for the Code Reds right there. Next up here, we picked up... Apparently there's two of us. I picked up a bunch of the Shaw Brothers lines from 88 Films, which I've really gotten into. I wasn't planning on collecting these until I checked out a couple of them, and I was like, fuck, these are so good. Just because it was like another line I didn't need to be collecting. But anyways, so we got the second one here, Black Magic. This is a fantastic film. Love me some Black Magic. I need to watch the Blu-ray, though, so I haven't checked this one out. But all these are on the alternate covers, so... And if I had any slipcovers for them, they are coming off. I do have one. I like them better without the slipcovers. But yeah, look at that artwork right there. That's fantastic. Yeah, there's two discs, and I don't want to take them out, but look at that shit right there. Awesome. Shaw Brothers stuff. 5 Element Ninjas. Oh, man, this movie was just phenomenal. This movie has the funniest sound effects ever. It's such a cool movie, man. Just high-flying kung fu ninja shit, man. It's just... awesome. And the storyline's pretty cool, having to deal with these 5 elements and shit. I loved it. It's such a blast. I mean, if you're into these type of movies, you got to check it out. Really good. House of Traps. Have not gotten around to this one, but again, that one looks awesome. Yes, I'm so happy that 88 is releasing all these Shaw Brother films because these things are so hard to come by before. Next up is Seeding a Ghost. I actually was going to watch this the other night, and I got, again, sidetracked. Didn't end up watching it. I've never seen this one before. I'm glad I never picked up the DVD because here's the Blu-ray. Again, with the fantastic alternate artworks. The Incredible. The Mighty Peaky Man. Yeah, that's awesome right there. Every time I look at this cover, I always think this little piece on her top is her nipple. I don't know what the fuck it is. I guess that's just the pervert in me talking. I don't know, man. But yeah, this is a fun film. Haven't seen it in years. Masked Avengers. Again, look at that artwork right there. That's fucking phenomenal. I'm actually thinking about even starting up an Asian line on my channel and doing the reviews on these films. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. I know most people come here for horror, but still, you got to branch out, right? The Flying Guillotine. Again, look at this. Look at this fucking artwork. Oh, it's amazing. So good. I've heard this one's amazing. And then this one would actually kind of shock me because I ordered this from Amazon UK and it came with a slipcover, and I thought you could only get the slipcovers from the website, which is weird because most of the ones I ordered from the website, I never got any. But they're probably sold out, which is fine. So this is the Brave Archer. It's the slipcover. I'm not going to be keeping this on here, so because I don't like having like the odd slipcover in a collection that it just looks out of place. I did that with the with the Italian line too. I took all the ones off because I didn't have them all. They didn't even start doing them at first, so but I'm just weird OCD like that. Plus I like the way these look like without them. So that is the Shaw Brothers films right there. Let's get into the rest. We got some, basically all that's left here is for this is we got some Kino stuff here. Picked up Night Angel. This is one that I've never seen before. I've always wanted to check this out. It says it's from 1989 on the back, but it actually is 1990. So that's weird. That's like the 4th or 5th film. But yeah, this one looks pretty cool, man. Apparently it is a horror film with Karen Black. Cool, man. Can't wait to check it out. Finished off the good old Redemption line with the last 3 titles. And these guys, Kino's so bizarre with the releases on this Redemption line. They come up, they'll be silent for like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and then all of a sudden they'll drop a title and they'll drop like a couple. It's weird. But this is another strange one directed by Sabu, and that's Miss Zombie. I haven't watched it yet, but I was reading into this, and it's actually like a comedy. So I'm like, I don't know how it's going to translate. It's like black and white comedy from Japan. So I don't know how it's going to translate, but I guess we'll see. So we got that one. Picked up the Diabolical Dr. Z, of course, Jess Franco film. This was an upgrade for me. This was crazy. I don't know why this was like $13 on Amazon CA and it's still like that. I have no idea why it's so cheap. These are usually not that cheap. So that was surprising, but I'm glad it was cheap because, like I said, it was just an upgrade. I love this film. I think it's fantastic. And The Orchard and Murder. This is one I'd never heard of. Oh, by the way, this is number 53, 54, and 55 for the people that do follow this line. So there's 55 titles in it, but there's actually only 54. Again, there's no number 13. I've been asked that question a million times. So, The Orchard and Murder. This one, it says it's a sexually charged true crime drama. So I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm expecting very smutty stuff. All right, Scream Factories. This has to be the most Scream Factories I've picked up in a long time. I mean, I own like 200 and something Scream Factory titles, but they've been releasing a lot of good stuff. They've really picked up their game with releasing some pretty cool stuff. First up here is The Ambulance. Watched this last night. Oh my God, to my amazement, Eric Roberts has the most beautiful fucking plumage ever. The plumage in his mullet is fantastic in this. It's competing with Kevin Dillon in The Blob. That's 100% sure. I'm 100% sure about that. This is a pretty fun film. I watched it last night. I'd never seen it before. It's one I'd always wanted to check out because it was a Larry Cohen film, and I love Larry Cohen films because he always has so much subtext to his films and social commentary going on in his movies, and of course it's prevalent in this one too. But Eric Roberts plays this. He's like a comic book illustrator, drawer for Marvel, and actually Stan Lee's even in this movie for a minute. It's pretty cool. Actually, lots of big names in this one. And he meets this girl on the streets. Shortly after she collapses, she gets taken away by this ambulance, and then he goes to the hospital to meet her. And what happens is she's not there. She hasn't been omitted. So now he's trying to figure out what the fuck happened to her. And there's this whole mystery with this curious ambulance and shit. James Earl Jones plays like an inspector in this film. He's so funny, like absolutely so. Some of his lines in this film had me just the way he's doing it. And Red Buttons, of course, the famous comedian. He plays like a hospital buddy, and this is like a reporter and shit. He's funny as hell too. But yeah, fun film. I really enjoyed it. His transfer is fantastic. Check out The Ambulance. 7852 Hitchcock shower scene. Watched this documentary the other night too. Really, really good stuff. I knew lots of the stuff that was in the documentary, but there was lots of cool information. It was cool to to hear the perspectives of some of the people that were involved in this. There wasn't actually a lot of people that were interviewed for this documentary. Like there was a few people, but not as much as I thought there was going to be involved with this, but it was still really cool. It was really, really, really well done. I mean, if you're a fan of Psycho and that scene and in general, it's definitely something you got to check out, but another documentary to add to the question. Good stuff. Fangs of the Living Dead. This is one I've actually haven't seen. I thought I'd seen this before. I thought I even owned this, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, man, from Amado Desario. Gotta check it out, man. I guess I didn't know about this one. Fangs of the Living Dead. So I gotta check that out, man. It looks awesome. Picked up The Strangers collector's edition, upgraded this one. Yeah, here's the artwork right there. I'm a fan of The Strangers. I wasn't like the biggest fan of it when it first came out, but upon rewatching, this is actually a really good film. I haven't seen the sequel yet. We never got it in town, so looking forward to checking out the sequel. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews, but of course, just like the first one, The Gate 2. It's a fun sequel. You know, it's got some pretty cool fun effects in it and shit like that. You know, upon rewatching this film, it was like me watching it for the first time. I didn't remember a thing from this. I didn't even realize that the guy, the ginger kid from the first one, he's actually in this one too. People are looking at me going, ginger kid, red beard. I actually have like really blonde hair. But yeah, he's actually the star in this one. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, it's pretty fun, man. It's not as good as the first one, obviously, but it's a decent sequel. I enjoy it. Colossus, the Forbidden Project. Now, I knew this had a DVD release before. I never picked it up, and I'm glad I didn't because, you know, I bid on the Blu-ray, and I didn't really care for this movie. I thought it was uber boring. Uber boring. Like, I was like, oh, is something going to happen? I love the idea here, these computers getting together and the whole... Yeah, it's a very compelling film idea, but it's a snore fest. It's a complete snore fest. I did not have fun with this one. This one, on the other hand, William Castle's The Nightwalker. This was an excellent film. Great, great imagery. Awesome. Absolutely brilliant soundtrack. Sorry. Got something in the throat. But yeah, this was just a fantastic film. Generally, I don't enjoy a lot of films with dreams, which is ironic, and I always say this because Nightmare on Elm Street's my favorite franchise, and it's all about dreams, but that's kind of the point of it. But just, I think it's dream sequences in films that shouldn't be there. And so, anyways, I digress. The Nightwalker, very, very cool stuff. Check it out, man. I love this movie. Blu-ray looks fantastic, too. Upgrade on American Gothic. This is a really fun slasher from 1988. The scene where the dude is swinging on the swing and they cut the fucking rope and he goes off the cliff. I always think to myself, I'm like, why in the fuck would you ever have a swing so close to a cliff like that anyways? It literally makes me drop every time I watch it, man. It's so fucking funny and stupid, but it's a fun film. I always enjoyed this one. Good stuff. We got Eye of the Cat. This was a pretty fun one. I'd never seen this one before. It's from 1969. To do with cats and a whole pile of other stuff. Basically about a nephew that plans on ripping off his auntie and shit. He's got like this phobia of cats and shit. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Dance Macabre. Here's one I'd never seen before in the past. This is from 1992 with Robert Englund. I can see why he did a film like this. I've talked about this before because, you know, it makes sense that he was trying to really branch away from the whole Freddy stereotype and things like that, or being typecasted. So try something completely different where he plays like a dance instructor, an American dance instructor, and this movie takes place in Italy, or no, in Germany, I believe. I think. No, in Russia. Yeah, Russia Dance Academy. With American, you know, people, and so brings them over for this dance academy and stuff, and then of course people start getting picked off one by one and shit. It's so bad. I actually really did not enjoy this movie. It was fucking terrible on all levels. Like, just storyline, the reveals, like even the acting in this film was not good. I really did not care for that. That was shit. The Projected Man. This is one I have not seen before. Again, Scream Factory, these really cool releases, man. Another 60s film, so I was very, very stoked to check this one out. I'll be checking out very soon because that one looks pretty damn cool. Then we got Games which this is one of the most. I was so excited for this film. I still haven't checked it out yet. It looks awesome. Again, this one's from the 60s, 1967. I love that Scream Factory is releasing a lot of these films because that's what they need to do to redeem themselves after the last year and a half of a lot of good releases, but a lot of bad ones too. So, games, can't wait to check that one out. And last up for the Scream Factories, we have Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, which this is just an upgrade, of course. I heard from somebody that they're going to be sending out replacement discs because apparently the unrated version on here is actually not the fully unrated version. So I don't know. I guess Scream Factory will make an announcement when they're going to be sending these things out after they fix the issue. But for the people out there that didn't know that, you do now. So just keep that in mind if you've picked up this release, because we always want to get what we're paying for, right? The uncut version. It does have the theatrical on here and the unrated on 2 different discs, and they're both Blu-ray. So Drag Me to Hell, I have not seen this film in a while. I do remember really enjoying it for what it was. This is one I remember that used to get so much mixed reviews. Like, people would either hate it or they would love it. I've even heard recently, I think it was Kyle, Shigrad65, he even said this is like one of the best modern horror films. That kind of shocked me when he said it, but I love Kyle. He's great. He always has a great opinion. So, Kyle, if you're watching this, very interesting. Very interesting. But Drag Me to Hell. It's cool stuff. So that's it for the Scream Factories. Let's get into the Arrows that I picked up. Finally got my Arrow sale ordered that shit December 17th. I just got it like 2 weeks ago. It took like over 2 months. That's some good shipping for you. First up here, Matinee, John Goodman. John Goodman being one of my favorite actors of all time. I fucking love this movie. Directed by Joe Dante, who's always has a very clever script and shit. This is so much fun. The coolest thing about this release, man, is that it actually comes with the full film mant. The film inside the film. There's a whole version of it on here, which is damn cool. I love Matinee. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's got the cool setting. It's got a cool idea. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Then we got Wolf Guy here. Sonny Chiba. This movie's fantastic, man. I really enjoyed it too, man. I didn't know what to expect from this. I'd never seen it before. And I loved every minute of this. It's fun. It's just a silly, silly film, but it's fun. Next up is The Slayer. Yeah, I have like a love-hate relationship with this film. This is like the pinnacle of a mood film for me. It's very slow, but it's atmospheric. It's kind of interesting. I love the setting of it. But sometimes I just do not feel like watching this film. I remember me and Dylan, we did this film, watched this one years ago in one of our 24-hour marathons. We watched it after being up for about 20 hours, and this one wasn't a great idea. It was putting us to sleep pretty much, but you know, watching Blu-ray, it looks great, and it's a different experience, but I do dig it though. I dig The Slayer, and I actually really like this artwork that they use is fantastic. It's actually better. I usually flip the Arrow artworks, but it's a lot better than the original. Fantastic film, JD's Revenge. I love this movie. It's fantastic. Which is Glenn Turman, the guy that plays the main character in this movie, does such an amazing job in the lead. Like, his performance is fantastic. You got to see it, man. You got to see it. It's like legitimately a good blaxploitation / horror film. It's awesome. I really enjoyed this, man. Finally got to see. I'd never seen this film before until recently. So, but yeah, JD's Revenge, awesome. Mario Bava's Kaltiki. Yeah, so, I mean, kind of Mario Bava. I mean, this is Frito's, it says received a solo directing. Yeah, it does. Actually, it does say on there. And I think Mario Bava ended up directing half the film or something like that. So, I mean, you can classify it as a Bava film if you want, or not. Both ways work, I guess. But, yeah, I still need to check it out. It's like the only Mario Bava film in the horror realm I've never seen before. So, that was cool to finally pick that up. Upgraded Dead or Alive trilogy. I have them on DVD, but I love these movies. These are just batshit insane Takashi Miike goodness. If you've ever seen the Dead or Alive films, like, fuck. The ending of the first film is just so fucking funny, man. It's like, you know, you shouldn't be shocked if you've seen Takashi Miike films in the past, but you still get shocked when you see what's going on. You're like, what the fuck, man? How many times do you go, what the fuck, watching a Takashi Miike film? Probably lots. But awesome stuff. Yeah, they used the cover art for the first film right there anyway, so. But yeah, that's good stuff. Picked up the basket case Arrow release because this was actually the third time I had it on Blu-ray. I actually just sent off my other basket case Blu-ray to one of my friends because I didn't need it anymore. I do have the trilogy that Second Sight put out, but this is ridiculous, man. Like the fucking features on here. What the hell, man? It's like half the fucking thing, man. But, and I gotta say, I like that. You know, like that artwork too. It's pretty cool. Not the original, but still very, very interesting stuff. Oh, I can't get this on. And I like this slipcover too. It's pretty cool. Haven't gotten around to checking the transfer. I just got it in the post the other day, but I love the documentary that's on here. I've seen it before. The one with Henenlotter. It's good stuff. Cat of Nine Tails Argento. Awesome edition. Not my favorite Argento film in the world, but I do like this one. So, can't go wrong. Got to pick up all these special editions. They're Argento films, man. Jesus Christ. There's always so much stuff in these releases, man. You go to put shit back and it's like, it's not fitting. But yeah, you can't go wrong. That's it for the Arrows. Couple Severin releases here. I finally got my Eaten Alive. This one took a little bit to come in, but it did actually arrive with the slipcover and the 2-disc version, which has the soundtrack. Man, this thing's really tight on there. But it's pretty cool, actually, because, you know, I did know what I was getting because I'd seen people post it, but I don't know when Severin started putting their shit in black cases, but that works. It's pretty cool. 2-disc version with the soundtrack, which that's what I wanted. Awesome. I love Eaten Alive. It's Jonesville cannibal style, basically. That's how I classify this movie. Umberto Lenzi goodness. Upgrade. Worth the upgrade because, you know, the old Shriek Show DVDs, shit. Amicus collection with The Beast Must Die, Asylum, and now The Screaming Starts, and of course the Vault of Amicus. Everyone's showing these off, I assume. I did watch this. The transfer is complete shit on this movie. I will say, The Beast Must Die. I've always enjoyed this movie. It's a little bit boring, but it's fun. But the transfer is garbage. I guess that's, everyone keeps saying that's why they put it in the set. The Asylum Anthology. I enjoy that. I haven't checked out the transfer. This one, oddly, this is the way the box set came. 3 of the 4 titles were not sealed, but this one was sealed. Does that make any sense? I don't know. It's so strange. And now The Screaming Starts. I enjoy this one. It's fun. And the Vault of Amicus, which is a bonus features, man. It's like 300 minutes. I think it's got, I believe it's like trailers, TV spots, a whole pile of shit. You even have commentaries on here and shit, which is pretty interesting. So, but, you know, at first I wasn't going to grab this box set, but I said, fuck it. Might as well. Yeah. A couple more box sets here. Picked up the Hammer Volume 2 with the Snorkel, Full Treatment, Cash on Demand, Never Take the Sweets from a Stranger. It's more like Hammer Thrillers. Limited to 6,000. I got 2602. Numbers don't matter. I could care less. But this is pretty cool. Cash on Demand. I'm looking forward to it. I've never seen any of these Hammer films. I've seen a ton of Hammer films in my life, but all 4 of these I've never seen. And the Snorkel. That cover right there actually made me laugh. That's pretty funny. It's just a dude wearing fucking diving gear. It's pretty funny. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups right now. And, ooh, that went back on. And last up for the horror stuff, finally picked up the Hitchcock Ultimate Collection. Man, this thing is a brick. It is really a brick, man. It's crazy. It's such a nice set, I will say, man. It's literally a book, you know. Saboteur. You know, you guys have probably all seen what this looks like inside. I can't actually read it. Shadow of a Doubt. I watched a couple in here already. I mean, I had some of these on Blu-ray already, but it was worth it for me to grab. I think it's like Psycho and stuff, but most of these were upgrades, which was nice. So I wanted Rear Window and things like that, but it's a really nice set. I highly recommend it. And I got it for a really good price. Like, I only paid like $50 or $39 for it or something. It was crazy cheap. Brand new. So that is going to do it for the horror stuff. Stick around if you want to see the non-horror stuff, which I think it's actually really like amazing stuff. It's pretty good. So stick around for that. Check you guys if you're coming back. Yeah. Oh yeah, getting into the non-horror stuff. I'm going to start with the massive stack of westerns that I picked up recently. A lot of these are upgrades, because for the people that don't know, I actually am a really big western fan. So a lot of these are upgrades. The first few actually I don't think are, but a lot of these are. All right, so we got Franco Nero, Mad Pride and Vengeance. I've been after this one forever, and I don't know what it was. I never picked it up. Because I usually buy everything Blue Underground, and this one, for some reason, I kind of forgot about. I still need to get Mean, and that one I think is really hard to find now. I should have grabbed it when it came out, but yeah, cool stuff with Franco Nero. Picked up the Eureka version or edition of Red River. I know this has been put out by Criterion, that fantastic edition with the book and everything, but this one was literally like it was like a third of the cost. So it was a no-brainer. Plus Eureka is amazing company, but I love Red River, man. It's such a fantastic film by Howard Hawks. It's so good. It's so good. Upgrade here, El Dorado, John Wayne. El Dorado's good stuff, man. It's John Wayne. You know, Wayner plays John Wayne in everything. It's good stuff. This next little bit here is like a shitload of Kino classics, man. Kino puts out so much good stuff. And in the Western realm, really good. I was happy to finally get this. Fistful of Dynamite, a.k.a. Duck You Sucka. I love this movie, man. It's really good stuff, man. Rod Steiger, James Coburn. It's been so long since I've seen this film. I can't wait to check it out on Blu-ray. A lot of these films I had seen before on shitty-ass transfers, so I can't wait to check them out on the really good transfers. Yeah, because Westerns look so good on Blu-ray. And I feel like you need to have them on Blu-ray. So, fucking long, man. 157 minutes. Damn! So, of course, that is a, Sergio Leone film. Morricone did the music in that one, of course. You know what? I'll put these right here. I'll go to this one. Bacchero. Lee Van Cleef, Warren Oates. Warren Oates plays such a dick in this film, man. Lee Van Cleef usually plays like the most badass tough guy in like everything he plays in. This one, he's a little more subtle. He's still pretty badass, but this is like one of the oddest westerns I've seen in a long time. Basically, he's like a barge person. He runs this ferry deal, you know, so you can get from one side of land to the other. And Warren Oates' gang, they need that to get across so they can make their escape after doing their big robbery, their big heist. And of course, it's a standoff. And pretty much the whole movie is like a fucking standoff. It's cool, man. It comes to a bloody bloody end, but it's cool stuff. Man. Not one of my favorites, but I did like it. The Way West, Kirk Douglas, Robert Mitchum, Richard Widmark. I mean, really, can you beat that? This is actually one I've never seen before, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. One thing about Westerns that, is very prevalent is the running times are always so long. Like, every Western's over 2 hours. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out. This is probably the 4th or 5th time I've had this movie on Blu-ray, but this seems to be the best edition of it. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Yeah, right here. So it has, the extended cut, Blu-rays. Yeah, you guys all know what the fuck I'm talking about here. Yeah, but I love that cover right there. It's fantastic. But yeah, I hopefully this is gonna be the last time I buy this movie, because I'm just so tired of buying this movie. But even though it's fantastic, but you can't go wrong. Lee Van Cleef, Clint Eastwood, it's so good, so good. Death Rides a Horse, Lee Van Cleef. Again, Lee Van Cleef is one of my favorite actors of all time. I absolutely love his presence on screen. He's fucking awesome. This is a great movie. It's like a revenge film. Among things. It's good stuff, man. Death Rides a Horse, another really fantastic. Oh, looks awesome. This is one I've never seen before, The White Buffalo with Charles Bronson. I've actually never seen this one. I thought I'd seen this and I was reading about it and I was like, I don't know, man, if I saw this one before, but so I'm looking forward to checking that one. Bronson obviously is playing a native in this film, or maybe he's playing a Mexican. I'm not actually 100%. I was assuming White Buffalo being native. Yeah. But that looks pretty damn cool. All right, so get into these. Lee Van Cleef and Sabata. I've seen this before. Can't wait to check it on Blu-ray. Love this one. William Berger. Lee Van Cleef is the fucking man. Great stuff right there. The sequel, Adios Sabata, Yul Brynner, another fantastic actor. This is the one that Lee Van Cleef was not in. I've actually never seen this film. I've never seen the sequel, to be honest. But I have seen this one, Return of Sabata, which is the third one, obviously titled Return of Sabata, with Lee Van Cleef. And this is another good one. This is actually one of the shorter ones, 100 minutes. Crazy. But good stuff. Yeah, I think a lot of these are upgrades, pretty much everything coming up here. Once Upon a Time in the West, this is just such an amazing film, man. This is such a long film, 166 minutes. The restored version, it's 1 minute longer. Claudia Cardinal, man. Whew, fuck, is she ever hot in this, man? She's so hot. Charles Bronson. Yeah, Sergio Leone. Good stuff, man. Such an amazing film. Another upgrade. We grabbed Unforgiven, classic Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman. Yeah, it's such a good film, man. Such a good one. Rooster Cogburn, John Wayne, another upgrade for me. I enjoy this, man. I enjoy a lot of John Wayne films, man. He's like I said, he's Wayner in every film. You know, John Wayne. Pale Rider. I actually really enjoy this film. When I was a kid, I always remember this film being on. It seemed like every time I went to my grandpa's house when I was a kid, this movie, it was probably a different Eastwood film every time, but I always just remember this one. I don't know. Pale Rider, cool stuff. When did this one come out? Like 80, 85. So it would have been probably, because that's about the time he would have been watching me. I would have been 5. So, yeah. Shane, fantastic classic film right here. You can never go wrong with watching Shane. Great. I can't wait to check this out on Blue. Outlaw Josie Wales. This is actually one of my favorite Clint Eastwood films. Another upgrade for me. I love this one. Classic Eastwood. Some more classic Eastwood. Hang 'em High. Yeah, man. This is... It's Eastwood. Got some more Wayner here. Some more Howard Hawks. Rio Bravo. Another upgrade. Actually, I saw the DVD, like the 2-disc version and stuff. I believe that actually has like way more features than this Blu-ray. So I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah, so Rio Bravo, that's awesome shit. I always love this, man. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. John Wayne, James Stewart. Such a big fan of James Stewart too, man. He's fucking awesome. James Stewart's like good in everything. They just don't have actors like that anymore, do they, man? They really don't. Another upgrade, The Searchers. I always loved this movie, man. John Wayne is like... this has got to be more or less closer to his real personality. Because, I mean, everybody knew John Wayne was... He was pretty racist. He was a pretty racist bastard. I'm not really a big fan of John Wayne, like the actual person. But I like his movies. But yeah, this one was like... He plays like an ex-Confederate soldier in this one and stuff. And they got to find this girl. Go on this mission and shit. But just within the dialogue, if you read between the lines and shit, it's pretty damn racist. But it looks great, man. I did rewatch this one. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Rewatch this one too. Looks just phenomenal, man. These movies need to be watched on Blu-ray. They look really damn good. Some more classic Eastwood here. Great film. Great film. Joe Kidd. Rewatch this one also. Another awesome Eastwood film. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. High Plains Drifter. I love this movie. This is awesome. Actually, right up there with one of my favorite Eastwood films. Good stuff, man. Really good stuff. And then we got the War Wagon, man, with John Wayne and Kirk Douglas. This is fun, man. This is fun. I like the kind of the battle that they're having in this one and shit. It's good stuff, man. Big fan of Kirk Douglas. Good stuff. But yeah, so I think I just ripped through. Man, that was a lot of fucking Westerns. A couple more non-horror films that these are not Westerns. Finally, I upgraded to Meatballs. Found this Blu-ray for super cheap. You know, I rewatched it. It's decent. It's more goofy. Bill Murray's humor is so odd. He's such an oddball comedian. It's okay. I think I prefer the sleazy sequels more than this one, but it's alright. Didn't have this one because I have the box set with the first 4, and A Good Day to Die Hard is like the 5th one. I've heard this one's shitty, but I've actually never seen it before. Believe it or not, I've never watched this one, so got to check it out. Picked up Valhalla Rising. This is one of, what's the fucking director's name? Nicholas, you know, Nicholas Winding Refn. Films I'd never seen before. I've seen, I love the Pusher trilogy, of course. Drive and stuff. They're only God knows. I love those films. Never seen this one. I heard it's really slow until about the end of the film, but yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot anyways. Picked up the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy. This is just uber cheap. I've watched the first two. They look great on Blu-ray. They really do. I think this thing was like under $10. Like, it's so cheap, man. So cheap. And the cool thing, actually, surprisingly, I thought it was going to come on 2 discs, but they actually come on their own discs, which is cool. So that was worth it, man. I still think Beverly Hills Cop is like 1 and 2. Those are 2 of the best, action comedy cop films of the 80s, man. It's so much fun. They're fucking perfect for that role. The Lethal Weapon collection. The 4 films, again, from the UK. This was uber cheap, man. Way cheaper than buying it over here, which is cool. Comes in a fat pack, and again, they are all on their own discs. So, just to see. I've been asked. So, and last up here is some more Eastwood and, just more upgrades. I got rid of, like, all my DVDs of this shit, so. And that is the Dirty Harry collection. I love these movies. The Deadpool, man. The idea behind the Deadpool just cracks me up, man. This pool of, like, celebrity deaths and shit, it's awesome. Sudden Impact's awesome. The Enforcer, Magnum Force, Dirty Harry. These are all great films. They come like this. So, they're all on their own discs as usual. So, and that's the way the other one is with the other 2. So, Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry collection. Awesome. Happy to finally get rid of, like, I had some special edition DVDs and a couple snapper cases. I was like, yoink, out of the collection. Picked up the Blu-rays, like, way cheaper. Plus, I'm saving on room. So, but yeah, that is going to do it for this just ridiculous size update. I will be back whenever I'm back with another update, but I do have more videos planned. I've got another 90s video in the works right now. And Top 10 Tuesdays are back. And yeah, so stay tuned for more videos. I'll be around. See you guys when I see you. Peace!